Good morning and welcome to USF Crosstalk. This morning I'm here with Macy Cottier. How are you doing this morning?
Good, thank you.
Now this year you are involved in ROTC training. Can you explain to me a little bit more about that?
It's a program at Brookings. It's to train you to be an officer in the Air Force, so when you graduate you don't go in enlisted, you go in as an officer.
Okay. How did you get involved in the ROTC?
Our school just signed with them. I was looking at going in enlisted, and then once I realized I could go in as an officer, you get paid a lot more, you get better benefits. You don't have to get yelled at by a drill sergeant. I thought it was a good plan, so I chose that route.
So when do you go in to do training, like what days or?
I have classes currently. I'm doubling up because I missed my freshman year. So I'm doing freshman, sophomore classes on Thursday and then lab. And then because I'm going to field training, I'm also doing training on Sundays and Saturdays as well.
Okay, and is it hard to juggle everything? Like I know you're in track, is it hard with that and school and ROTC on top of that?
It's pretty difficult right now because I have more training because I'm going to field training, but my coaches and my instructors are pretty lenient on that, so I can juggle it all together because I tend to miss some stuff because I'm doing so much.
Okay, why did you choose ROTC? I know that goes in the Air Force, but why did you choose to go this route instead of just going in unlisted?
They help pay for my college, and so that's a really big help. And then no matter what, when I get out, I have a good job that's paid for. And again, I don't have to get yelled at by people above me. I get to help tell people what to do, be a leader instead of having to follow. So I like that route better.
What do you look to get out of ROTC and all the training that you have to do?
It'll be a really good experience. When I get out of the Air Force, a lot of people look for that in jobs because they know that you can follow directions and you can take instructions well. And so the training and the help for paying for college is a really big plus for it.
All right, besides the training, do you have to go to boot camp or anything like that?
This summer I have to go to boot camp for a month in Alabama and Mississippi, so it'll be really warm. And so the training right now for that is pretty intense, lots of workout, lots of memorizations, marching, getting ready for it.
Do you have to give up anything while you're doing the training? Have you had to quit anything that you really enjoyed at school to be part of ROTC?
I've had to redshirt track because of the training on Saturdays. I can't compete in track meets, and just choir and musicals because I'm spending a lot of time training right now, so a few things I've had to give up.
How has this experience affected you so far?
I think just the experience of getting to learn all this different kinds of training has been really helpful, kind of helped me mature a little bit because you can't exactly be late or anything concerning the military. You do what they tell you, and so I think that's been really helpful.
Now what's the next step after boot camp and all the training? What do you do after that?
You'll go to officer training school and then you'll get your job. I want to be a pilot, so I want to go to flight school, and that's in Texas. And then after that, depending on what plane you get, you go to that base and they train you there on that plane. So.
Okay, is this like a choice that you've been looking at for a while? Is it like a long-term choice too as well? Like, do you see yourself continuing on this path?
I'm hoping to continue on in it because I really like to fly. If I get a pilot slot, I could stay in the Air Force and that would be a good deal, or I could get out. I want to fly helicopters, so I could fly for a hospital. So either way, the training helps if I stay in or not.
Is this something that you would recommend for others that go to school here to do?
I definitely would. I mean, you're going to be doing a job in the Air Force or out of it, and they're just going to help you pay for it, so I don't really see a downside to it.
Has the payment, like the fund that they have given you, does that help a lot with school? Like, will it take a little bit off you for pressure-wise of paying?
Yeah, it definitely does. It's a $9,000 scholarship, and they pay me each month, just a monthly stipend, so I'm not so stressed and have to work, so it's really helpful.
That sounds good. How would somebody go about getting involved in ROTC?
You could just talk to the school about it. They have people that can get and talk to Colonel Nielsen, who is in charge of our detachment at SDSU, and then you can just ride up with, there's several people from Sioux Falls that go up to Brookings each week for training, so.
All right, well thank you, Macy. That wraps up another edition of USF Crosstalk. Stay tuned after the break for Sports with Brett Geese.